Hi, thanks for stopping in. The name of my channel is Being Me by Pat. I'm Pat. I hope you had a good day. I had a good day. And I hope you're happy. That's such an important part of being healthy. Um, if you're not healthy, if you're not happy, it's hard truly to be healthy. Well, if you saw my last video, we were talking about reflexology. And the therapy of reflexology is one of such a successful therapy. And I said last time, if you're new, I'll just cover a little bit of this. I've been into the natural health and had a natural health office for 30 years. And the therapy that I have seen the most results from was the foot reflexology. And then you can also do the hands, but I prefer doing reflexology on the feet because the feet are much more sensitive. And basically, what's happening is you're opening up the meridians and you're allowing the blood to flow, the oxygen to flow, the nerves to relax, and then the body knows how to heal itself. We talked about all of those things last time, but it's good to be repeated because it's something we really have to begin to understand. Now, tonight I'm going to, or today, wherever you're at, I'm in the Northeast of the United States. And so it's getting cold here. It may be nice and warm in your area, wherever you're at, but it's getting cold here. So, and it is evening. I will be filming sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening, but I just enjoy speaking with you and giving you some good information that I know will work for you. I'm not a doctor, a medical doctor. I'm a doctor actually I'm a homeopathic doctor, doctor of naturopathy. And then, like I said last time, I have a license for massage therapy and a license for reflexology. And I love what I do. Like I said before, I practice what I preach. I'm in excellent health, no aches, no pains. I'm in my 70s, and I feel good basically all of the time. So I take no drugs whatsoever, only natural supplements. And let me start there tonight with, we're going into the reflexology, but let me talk to you a little bit about how to get healthy all the way around with what you're doing on a daily basis. And then if you begin working on your own reflexes, that's hard to beat. You can really get yourself in good health in a fast amount of time. So, remember what I said last time. Are you drinking water? And how much water should you be drinking? You divide your total weight in half, and that's how many ounces you should be drinking of water a day. And then your elimination. You need to be eliminating, moving your bowels once to 3 times a day. And if you're not doing that, you can't really develop good health because you must have the flushing of the water through your system for all your joints, all your systems. You need that water to flush, and then you need to eliminate toxins. And if you're not eliminating every day, you're holding those toxins in, and you're basically poisoning yourself. And then there are some individuals that don't move their bowels for days at a time or a week or so at a time. That's horrible. It's a disaster. And you can only go on like that for so long. So let's get that down before we do anything else. Let's drink lots of water, and then let's get ourselves to eliminate by especially by the food we're eating, the fiber, and we'll talk about all of those things as time goes on, because it's so important that we just develop a healthy lifestyle, a clean lifestyle, clean eating. And then let me just jump up to what we're thinking, because we can be doing all those things I just mentioned also. But if our thinking isn't in the positive, on the positive track, and we're always thinking negative and we think we're sick all the time, basically that's what we'll get. What we're saying, what's coming out of our mouth, what we're believing is what we will have. So, the water, the elimination, let's think on the positive things, not the natural things. Just change your way of thinking about yourself and say to yourself, I can be healthy. In spite of what you may be facing right now, or what you faced in the past, or what you're about to face in the future, you can overcome it. And you can be healthy. Just take it step by step by step. And another good thing to remember is moderation. It's so good to keep yourself in a moderate state at all times. Don't overdo anything. Not what you're eating, not even when you're exercising. Moderation is the key. So remember that also. So then there's a lot more, but we'll get that down tonight, and then we'll move on to reflexology. I'm at a different location for this video, so I don't have my reflexology chart, which you probably could see. That was the thumbprint on my other video, and on there, that is so accurate for finding where your reflexes are. But tonight, I'm going to use my thumb as the big toe. And it's so important to get the head, which is represented by the big toe and the thumb, and this holds all the reflexes for the head, the neck, and the entire head, okay? Even your face and your eyes, ears, all of that goes across your toe, your head with the thumb or the big toe, and then across the toes. Excuse me. Okay, and remember I mentioned to you about inching, and this is what you do. You take your thumb and you inch up the side of your thumb or your big toe. And right in here, this is the thymus gland, and that's for your immune system. And if it's not painful, if it doesn't hurt at all, you have really no problems. This is an important one right here on the big toe, where the big toe meets the foot. Right in here, if you can see that, right on the end here, right here, that's the thyroid. That's a major, major area. If you have thyroid issues, you will feel that in that area. That's the thyroid. And remember, the left side corresponds with the left side of the body. The right foot corresponds with the right side of the body. Okay, so one lobe is represented here, and then the other lobe is represented on the other side of the toe or the thumb. Okay, and what we do, we just inch over the entire toe, and when you feel a sensitivity, it's painful, or even a little bit of an ouch to it, then just stop there and begin to apply pressure and work that area. The back of the head would be this area and also the bottom of the big toe. And what you do if you have pain in your neck, this is the area that you work. And then you just inch up the big toe or the thumb and keep inching up. The brain is represented right on the tip, and it's good to work the brain area. Okay? Pineal gland, which is very, very important, is right in this area, right here. Now just think of the big toe as well as the thumb. And that's the pineal gland, which is very important because that's where you absorb from sunlight vitamin D, which feeds the pituitary gland, which is right here in the middle of the toe and the thumb. And then the pituitary gland feeds the thyroid and balances the hormones. One organ just works with the other. The body cannot be separated from any other part. It all works together. If you have pain in your neck, and this is a good thing to learn, working on your thumb, because you can do that if you're at your office or wherever you are. If you go between the thumb and the hand, and this would be the same on the big toe, between the big toe and the first the large toe next to it, this will relieve you of stress in your neck. All this is a stress area, and you'll feel it, and then you can go up. And if you're holding on to stress and you have a stiff neck or a hurting neck, just sit, and no one even has to know you're doing it. You're just taking your thumb from the opposite side and just working all that stress out. And here we do it on this side. You're working all that stress out. So the same thing we did on the left side, you would perform all that on the right side also. Okay? And then we have the toes or the hands, and each toe represents different nerve endings or reflexes in your body. This is the first and second finger. That holds all the reflexes for the eye and sinus area. The next two, the ear and also sinus pressure. And then you work across the hand with your thumb from the opposite side. And this is really good for the eyes, the ears, and the sinus. If you have sinus issues, learn where the reflexes are for the sinuses, and even go up the fingers a bit. And you can give yourself a lot of relief that way also. Okay? So what we've covered is the head. And we're going to do this in another video. We're going to do it, I'm going to demonstrate on someone's feet, and then we'll do it again. But just to show you, get you started, that we're doing it with the hand tonight because I don't have my chart. Okay, and then, so this is just like your left foot and your right foot, same as your left hand and your right hand. But like I said, it's much easier to work on the feet because the feet are much more sensitive, and you can really pick up any problem areas on the feet. And then what's happening when you put pressure on these reflexes or nerve endings, you can call them, what they're doing is they're following the meridian throughout your entire body. You have 10 meridians through the body. You have 10 meridians in your head. And what it's doing is opening up the meridians so that the flow, the natural flow will take place. And then you're relaxing the body because the blood is flowing as it was meant to flow, carrying the oxygen, healing the body. If you have arthritis in your hands, work the joints. Just put pressure on, and then you can do some massage in here too, on all the joints. Don't be afraid to work on yourself. And this is a good place on the feet and the hands to apply essential oils. What essential oils would you apply to the reflexes or the nerve endings? Well, lavender is excellent because it relaxes nerves and it relieves pain. Peppermint's wonderful for just about anything that the body could be ailing. Just applying peppermint is wonderful. And then I like to apply sweet birch. But if you're familiar with essential oils and you have a favorite, apply it. If you're very sensitive, you can place some oil, olive oil, or even grapeseed oil in the palm of your hand. Put a few drops of your favorite essential oils and then just work it in your hands and work it through or your hands or your feet. It's wonderful. Okay, and like I said, you have a reflex for every gland, every organ, and every system of your body. There's none excluded. In my office, I remember one case, a man came in and he had bumped his head and he actually cut a piece in his head and his head was hurting. And I said, well, let me find that on your reflexes on your foot. We found it. If it's happening in your body, it's happening on your reflexes. And then I found that and I worked that, and then you can just bring relief to different areas like that. Another thing with the teeth, I've had a number of clients that came in that had problems with their teeth, or they had a toothache, or they just had fillings or caps and different things, and they were suffering from some pain. The face is actually on the front of the toe or the front of the thumb. Okay, so you would work this, and if someone has, let's say, a toothache on the left side, of course, you'd work the left thumb, and then you just work all the way across the thumb, and you will find a tender area, and that's the area that you apply pressure to, and then that can bring relief to you or to someone else who has pain in their mouth. And if you have a sore throat or swollen glands, here again, you go back to the head area, the neck, the head, the big toe, or the thumb. And what you do for the throat, it's in here, because if we put our thumbs or our toes together, this is our head. What's in the middle here? But the throat, okay, the thyroid, like I said. So you would work the throat area right here, half of the throat, half of the throat. If you have swollen glands, then you work the outside because the glands are on the outside. So you just work the outside of the toe or the thumb. And like I said, you can't really hurt anyone or yourself by putting pressure on these reflexes. You just don't have the strength to do that. And you won't break anyone's bones unless someone is very, very fragile, just do it very lightly. But just work and work until you feel the pain or the sensitivity is releasing in that area. Because if it's releasing, then the body's taking over and doing its natural healing that we were meant to do. That's the way God created us. And if we do the things for our body that our body is asking for, that we were created to do, then the body knows how to respond. And that brings me to your diet. We need vegetables, we need greens, we need a variety of colors in our food that we're eating, if it be fruits, vegetables, so forth, and we need good protein. This is where I'm going to just jump in and say, remember these three foods that basically our everyday life should consist of. First of all, it's protein. Next, it's vegetables. Next, it's fruit, in that order. Then everything else is just in a lesser amount, but it's the protein first, the vegetables. Majority of food on a daily basis needs to be protein and vegetables, and then fruit, and then your grains, and so forth. And we'll talk some more about that. Remember, I ask if you have any questions at all, just contact me. And my email is beingmebypat@gmail. And if you have any questions, just email me. And I'm not going to email you back, but I'm going to, at this point anyway, I won't. I'm going to cover the things that people are asking me. I'm going to cover it on my next video, or depending how many questions come in, we might have to do a few videos. And if you're asking me a question about your health, don't give me more than like one sentence, because just say, I'm having a problem with my gallbladder, or I'm having a problem in my liver. That's all I need to know. Then I'll send you to that part of your reflexes and just give you some suggestions of what you need to do to alleviate the problem or begin to get you on the healing track. Okay, so, and then back to the reflexology, on the top of the hand and the top of the foot, it's the lung, the chest, breast area, both sides, on the hand and then on the feet. And then as we go along, you really need to learn where your organs are located in your body. You know, the heart is on the left, so the heart would be found right here on the foot and on the hand, okay? The heart will not be found on the right side. It will be found on the left side because it's in the left side of the body. Okay, and so that's what you have to remember. The digestive tract is represented on the left side, and the stomach, and the spleen over in here, okay, and the pancreas right in here. And if you're suffering with diabetes, I'll just give you some good tips on taking care of yourself and working your reflexes and bringing more of a balance. That's all. Bring a balance and then work at it. And don't be stressed out about the things you're dealing with, because there are answers. Now, when we go to the right side, we know the liver is on the right side, and right in here is the liver. And then here is the liver. I don't know if I went away from the camera. And then the gallbladder is right beneath the liver, because in our bodies, the gallbladder is tucked up right under the liver, okay? And then we have the intestinal tract, both sides, in here, the colon, okay? And I'll better show you all of that on someone else's feet when I'm working, and hopefully I might be able to get that video done this week yet. And then you can use those essential oils anywhere on the feet and on the hands. It's just the greatest thing, and it works. I've proven it works. I've proven it to hundreds and hundreds of people over the years. And if we just begin, just have a starting point, just get started and begin to make some small changes, and then you'll be encouraged, and then you'll take it further and further. And the other thing I just want to mention tonight is your frequency. Everyone's vibrating at all times. Our body is always vibrating. So, and I'm going to get in a whole session of vibration and frequency. And we need to bring our frequency up. We need to get things moving in our body, in our mind, in our thinking, in our activities. We need to learn as much as we can about frequency, because the body heals itself through frequency, through that vibration. And if we're sitting around and we're not active, we're on the road for disaster. And I understand that some of you, maybe it's hard for you to get around, but move what you can. If it's only your arms, if it's only your head. Some people never move their head from side to side a whole day long. And as we get older, we have to remember to do that. We have to keep our spine flexible. We just have to move, walk. If you're young, run if you want to run, but stay active. Don't just come home after a busy day and lie down on your sofa or go to bed. That's one of the worst things you can do, because you'll feel a whole lot better. Even if you had a stressful day, you'll feel a whole lot better if you get out into the fresh air, go for a walk, go for a run or a jog, and breathe deeply and drink water. Look at, you've accomplished all those things right there. Breathing deeply, drinking water, and getting exercise. If you just go outdoors and take some really nice deep breaths and drink that water and walk. I'm encouraging you tonight to get yourself moving. And get your arms moving. Get your arms away from your body. Stretch out, stretch up, and bend and do things that you haven't done before. Now, don't be ridiculous about it. Just do it easy until you get used to it. You want to know what another good thing it would be to do is dance. Just dance. Dancing is a great exercise. And all of the things that we just talked about right now, all of those things will relieve stress in your life. So relieve the stress by doing all those things we just mentioned, because we are absolutely too wound up, too stressed out as a people, as a nation, as a world. And let's just think positive thoughts. Drink the water, move the bowels, eat properly, begin to work on your own reflexes, and things will begin to change. I can almost guarantee you they will change. And like I said, if you have any questions, just send it to the email. It's beingme@gmail.com, and I'll try to answer them on the upcoming videos. I have a quote I want to leave with you. You don't have to be perfect to be amazing. I think every one of you are amazing. I think we are amazing creatures. So you don't have to be perfect to be amazing. All of us make mistakes. All of us get lazy in life. But then we come to the point where we have to make a change. Well, this could be the point that you want to make a change. So take it step by step. I'll try to have another video out this week. Please like and subscribe. And let's just keep this going until you're to the point where you can handle things possibly on your own. Positive affirmations. Speak to yourself positive affirmations daily. I am healthy. And one thing I used to tell my grandchildren all the time, and my children as they were growing up, just confess, I am healthy, wealthy, and wise. And boy, that does so much for you. That just lifts you up. If you say that, you believe it, it will happen. Well, I'll be praying for everyone that watches this video. I am a believer, and I believe many that watch the video are believers, and I do believe in prayer. So I'll be praying for you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.